So I love woodworking and the home gym. Part of my kind of home gym hobbies are the DIY stuff, but then also kind of searching Facebook Marketplace. But I did find a good stack lat pull down with a plate stack or weight stack, and I just have not had a good place for all of the attachments to go. And I thought maybe I could hang them on the front of the machine with either a strap or a chain. It didn't really work very well. They kind of get in the way. So I am just going to do a 2x4 mounted to a stud of my back wall, and should work well. I've got these wood portable dip station that my father made for me, so I can take them down in the winter to my basement gym. But they also can double as a workbench or sawhorses here. So I'm just going to cut this to length so I can fit that to my wall there. So not doing real fancy. I'm not going to paint it or anything, but there we go. We'll go and attach it, see what we get. So I'm ready to mount it here. I've got some 4.5-inch lag screws. It's more than I need. There's not gonna be a ton of weight on here, but I've got them. So just gonna make sure I get them to the stud. I'm just gonna pre-drill so I'm not splitting anything. Get that first one in there to hold it, and then I can put the one on the bottom. Again, this is going to hold tighter than we will ever really need. So there, I'll put that in a little bit more once I get the other one in. So, just going to check the level here. I'll be able to use this one that I just bought as a kind of a collector's item. Whoop, too far. Perfect. Got it right there in my mouth. So I could drill, but drill it out so it sinks in, but I can just make her sink in just like that. Boom. That is going to be more secure than we will ever need. Already drilled one. I'm just using a 3/8 dowel, and you can see that I've got my lat pull attachment down there. I don't keep it on my lat pull down because of where my wife parks. I don't like that hanging up there and I can hit my head. So we will mount it down there. I put it at the bottom just because it's so wide. I've already got that pitcher hanging there, and I have some pegboard over in my wood shop area that kind of comes through, so it would hit there. So I'll put it down there at the bottom, and then I'm just gonna make my other adjustments and add the other ones. I'll show you that here in just a minute. So I already did that first one. I'm just gonna show you on the second one here. And I've got this handle attachment that kind of angles down. So I'm gonna put that there, and I'm just putting a carabiner on each one of them so they hang nice, and then it's easy to connect to the attachment. So I'm just hanging that carabiner there. I'm just gonna lower it down and just find the center and just mark it kind of with my pencil there. And then I've got my 3/8 dowel already cut about 3 inches. And then I'm just taking this at an angle. Got my 3/8 inch bit, but I put that at an angle. That just makes it a lot stronger for holding there, and it's going to be plenty strong. I could have used a smaller one, but just create that angle there, so you're using that mechanical advantage there. And I didn't grab my hammer, so we'll just tap that in there, and boom, there's the next one. I could probably space them out a little bit more, but who knows? I don't use a ton of attachments, but I'd rather leave room for more attachments if I end up getting more. So yeah, got a couple more here, and that'll go the same way. So this one, the V handle, I don't use a whole lot, but the eye here is facing the opposite direction from all of these other handles. See, this one is perpendicular to the handle, and this one is parallel to the handle. So that's a little bit different. So, and the carabiner doesn't fit in there all that well. I did purchase some of these S hooks that when I was going to use the chain. So I think what I'll do is just put 2 of them together, and then I can set my dowel, and that'll hang. That'll give me the extra space there, and then it'll still hang nicely, I believe. So I'll just make my mark. Don't have to be exact on that angle. I'm not too worried about how nice and neat it looks, but put her in there. Grab that V handle, and then I'm just accomplishing the correct position by adding that extra S hook there. So I think those are hanging nicely, and that's going to work really well. Bam! I am short 1 carabiner, but I'll just use an S hook here, and that'll be perfect. I do have 2 rope handles, but I believe I've got one in the basement for my pulley down there as well, so I'm hanging on to them. If anybody wants one, I'll definitely give one away. I don't use them very often, but I've got them, so might as well keep it. Bam. Now, I could put one in here and let that hang like that, but I kind of like that right there. And if I come up with another handle, I do have this kind of homemade seated row handle I got with the lap pull down. The lap pull down does not have a seated row attachment, so I don't know where it came from. I didn't make it. It's kind of cool. It's really narrow. I don't love seated rows anyway, but I hate to get rid of it. It's kind of a neat little deal. I guess, to be fair, I was talking about the lap pull down. I should show it to you. So it's really nice. I got it for 250 bucks. I think there's 230 pounds on the stack. A little bit of surface rust and paint chip. I need to clean it up a little bit, but the nice part is these pulleys are not plastic, so these things are awesome. I did replace the cable here, and it's a really nice deal. I need to do a little cleaning up, a little painting of it, but it's a pretty nice piece for my garage gym.